one of my experience, I saw myself as a kid in like various moments of my life where I didn't cry. Like all of these like tough situations I lived and I didn't allow myself to cry. And in this specific moment of the holotropic breathwork, I saw myself in all of these moments. And this was really important for me to see, like, I didn't cry, but it's okay too. And now as an adult, I can cry for all of these moments that I thought I couldn't. So I don't think I could get there without the holotropic breathwork. And only with the psychotherapy, it would be probably impossible, or it would take a long time for me to approach that, because it's really deep inside my subconscious and my body. So
you think with holotropic breathwork, it trigger faster your kind of journey?
Oh, definitely.
If it was just with psychotherapy, would you?
With psychotherapy, I think it would take me like many years. Like I wouldn't be what I am right now, because you are rationalizing everything and you are talking about everything. So there's a moment between letting it out and having this thought. There is a filter when you talk, and you cannot access certain parts of your subconscious when you are thinking about stuff. You know, when you are laying down and only breathing, only focusing on yourself and the music, it doesn't give you space and time for you to think about it too much. You just feel it. And it's so overwhelming when you just shut down all of your brain and you just feel your body and it hurts and you're in pain and you just need to go through that pain. And you cannot go through that if you're just talking. So I think definitely breath work will take you where you have to go in this journey to know yourself. And to heal, I think you as a kid, you as a teenager, because you cannot go there if you're talking about it, because you have to feel it as well. And I think one of the last times I did the breath work, I went outside and I thought, okay, like everything will be fine. But I really believed it, that it was possible. And this was this year in March.
In the last holotropic?
In Lisbon, yeah, with Javier. Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that experience concretely that you had with Javier?
Sure.
What did you saw? What did you feel? What happened there?
I think it was mostly like feels, and it was really painful in terms of like my body, not really images. I saw some things. I felt that I was being like carried like somewhere. I felt like my body doing this movement, like I was a baby being carried, maybe in someone's arms or belly, but I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel protected. I just felt really scared, and like I didn't like the place where I was. And it was important to feel Javier's presence, just because she represents, I guess, the masculinity and men in general. So it was important for him to be there as a caretaker, as a caregiver. Because in the beginning when he approached me, I didn't see him, but I felt so scared because I just felt a male presence around me. So my immediate response was like feeling scared and try to avoid this feeling that I couldn't fight. But when I felt like safe with him, I just started to see like these arrows. And then these arrows were like flying, and the movement they did, it transformed into birds at the same time. Like the movement was continuously growing, and then also waves. So it was like an arrow that could be a symbol of something danger. It can transform into something like pure and beautiful, like the ocean or birds. And I think it's made me feel that we can give different meanings to things that we have in our lives. Experiences, people, moments. So I think it was important for me to feel all of this pain and And to know that you can come from a dark place, but you can always find a lighter one to be in. And if you follow that path, you can find, I guess, a place of love. I think it was one of the first times in breathwork that I really felt like, wow, I'm so happy. It was crazy because I never felt like that before. So I think I really went to an important place.
We know that in holotropic you can have like biographical experiences, or even transpersonal. In your personal experience, what normally happens? Like, you think you tend to see more biographical? Have you ever experienced like a perinatal or something behind?
I definitely experienced like getting out of something that felt like a skin. And I think it was while we were filming the documentary. I felt like I had a skin around me, and it was like kind of pushing me inside a place that I didn't want to be. And I felt like part of my face just felt like paralyzed, and it was awful. And I felt a relief after I kind of like tear apart this kind of invisible skin. So I don't know if I was, like being born but it was a really weird feeling, and the one that I'm definitely being carried away. I don't know if I was like outside, inside. It's really difficult to explain, but it makes perfect sense that it's both biographical and like all of these feelings are just something else.
Have you ever had like transpersonal, like gaining insights about the world that are happening
For sure.
with other people around you? Or
this last breathwork, I would say it was so painful because the first day, especially with all the energy around me in the room, and we were like all women in the same side of the room, and everyone was like crying and shouting at the same time and screaming. So I just felt like all of the pain of the world was inside this tiny room in Lisbon. So it was really impressive. I've never felt like that before. It was so overwhelming. But at the same time, this sense of feeling connected to this light and this bliss and the universe, but feeling it all. Like, you cannot just feel the good part, like the light and the bliss, without feeling like the really dark and heavy, part of this. Because there is no darkness without light, and vice versa. So definitely felt this like universal cosmical energy.
something bigger?
Much bigger. I think I never believed in God, but I think after I started to do the breath work, I understood religion. Not that I'm religious now, but now I think I understand religion and what it feels like to be a part of something like much bigger than ourselves, and something that we cannot even comprehend right now. Maybe one day we can, but it's much, much bigger than anything we know. So
you think the experiences like holotropic breathwork make you be more like kind of spiritual and having more faith, like kind of religious faith?
I think it gives you a renovated sense of faith in yourself and the world, and in love. I think it makes you feel that seeing one another and having this empathy and believing that we should work as a big community and just help each other whenever we can, and just show love even in these places that don't show us love back. I think those are the most important places for us to go there and, show them better.
What's the message that you would say to people that are stuck and
stuck somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. I think, and I don't want to sound mean with this, but being stuck somewhere like bad and dark, it's really easy. It sucks. It really sucks. It's bad. It makes us feel bad, but it's comfortable. it's really comfortable. And some people will spend their lives in this comfortable, dark place. Because getting out of there is just too much work, and it's really painful, and you're gonna have like to rip out a lot of parts that you have inside, and you're gonna have to like take your heart out and put it back again, and just rip yourself open to change. But once you go through that pain, you just come back to a much brighter place. And it's painful and it takes time, but it's worth it. It's much, much worth it than staying in this dark place just because it's comfortable. Because you're here, like, you have literally one life. So don't stay in that dark place. Just, there's so many people there that will give you a hand and that will help you see there are other ways, there are other places, and just don't stay there because it's comfortable.